Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack. Welcome back to another episode of the Top 5 series for Season 3, where every single Saturday I cry in my bed because I'm alone, and also because the top 5 best maps don't get voted. If you guys don't know how Season 3 works, basically, I leave it up to you guys to vote for what top 5 or top 10 video you would like to see next week. It could be the top 5 best maps. Last week we did the top 10 best emotes, and this time around, we're doing the top 5 best origin stories. If you guys don't know, Baptiste's origin story released a couple of weeks ago. In fact, he's going to be releasing across all platforms on Tuesday, so I figured this would be a fitting top 5 video, because of course I know what the meme is, of course I know who's gonna lose, so I can kind of manipulate it to whatever top 5 video I want, but hopefully that doesn't happen. That's the whole point of the voting poll. But today we are doing the top 5 best origin stories, which is not cinematics, alright? I feel like there is a little confusion when we look at origin stories. It's like they think, oh, where's the Diva origin story? And they're thinking about the All-Star cinematic. So, to relieve any confusion, we are going to be voting in the top right-hand corner for either the top 5 best cinematics or the top 5 best maps. That way, if you're wondering, oh, where's McCree or Diva? Well, next week is where the actual cinematics are gonna be. But for today, we get the glorious pleasure at looking at the top 5 best origin story, which if you guys are just now joining Overwatch, basically an origin story is usually the introduction of a brand new hero. However, sometimes it could just be the backstory or the origin story. God kill me. It could be an origin story of an already established hero, like Soldier 76, like Tracer, like Winston, which have all received origin stories. But today, here are the best of the best. Starting this top 5 list at number 5 is going to be the most recent origin story, and yes, it might be seen as a cop-out, but let me explain why I like it. At number 5, it's going to be Baptiste.
The Omnic War robbed us of our choices.
So the reason as to why I absolutely love Baptiste's origin story is because it has this Batman-like vibe. You see at the beginning of the actual video that he was an orphan, and then he later joined Talon, but he wasn't really feeling Talon, and he just wanted to do good for the world based on his own motives. Not Talon's motives, not Overwatch's motives, not nobody else's motives. And that's something I can just extremely respect and love about a character, is that he has his own motivation, his own goals that he's wanted to achieve, and it's all shown and it's all portrayed and told in his origin story. Something that I took into high consideration when picking this list is the feeling that you get from just listening to all these videos, because I'll be honest, most of these origin stories aren't visually aided heavily. Like, yes, in this Baptiste video there are a lot of powerful images, like at the beginning how the little orphan, which is just little Baptiste, is crying looking over the destruction of his own city. Yes, that's very powerful, but just listening to the things that Baptiste is saying, and especially like when he's describing Talon and how he said he even took the devil's hand in aid to be able to get vengeance, but he soon realized that that's not what he wanted, so he went onto his own mission. And the last line, well, not the last line, but towards the end, he said he's going to be giving people an option, either one bullet or one bandage at a time. Like, those are the things that are most memorable, and those are the things that makes an origin story just really stand out and really become powerful, are those little tiny voice lines that just resonate in your mind. So that's why I like this Baptiste origin story.
For some, that means a bandage. For others, a bullet. Today, I give you the choice.
Now for the 4th best origin story in all of Overwatch has to go for one that I'm pretty sure a lot of people forgot, but after rewatching it, it really, it just tugs at your heart, man, and I'll explain why. But at number 4, it's gonna be Ana's origin story.
I taught you that there is nothing more important than protecting the ones you love.
The progression of Ana's origin story is extremely simple, but the emotions that you experience is beyond belief. You're going to experience calmness, sadness, anger, resentment, all of those things while watching this 2.5 minute video. But the thing that I love about this specific story is the underlying theme, which is Ana being a protective mother, whether that's towards her daughter Farah or towards everyone that's a part of Overwatch, be it Soldier, McCree, Reinhardt. Because the thing about a mother is that they never stop protecting protecting the ones that they love. And while I'm not personally a mother, at least I don't think I am, one thing that I can respect about my own personal mother is that she's never gonna stop being a part of my life, looking out for me, protecting myself and my own good, and everyone else that's a part of her own life. That goes for any kind of caring mother. And in Anna's case, she's never gonna stop fighting and protecting the ones that she loves, which is why even after she got sniped in the eye from Widowmaker, that didn't get her down, because she has a job to do, which is to protect everybody that needs protection. Whether that's the Overwatch crew, whether that's Farah, whether that's everyone else that's looking to Overwatch for protection. Even when they disbanded Overwatch, she's still going at it. And that was told all in that origin story. And that's why I really like it. The protection of a mother is something that a lot of people take for granted, but that's why I like it.
I hope you'll understand. Your mother, Anna.
Now for the next origin story, it's gonna be a funny transition because we go from such a meaningful, heart-filled one to one that's honestly just funny. And for the third best origin story, it's gonna be Roadhog and Junkrat's origin story.
Is this the work of master criminals or just a couple of idiots?
I do not know what to say about this origin story, about these heroes. It's just so funny. So I guess the thing that really turned me on about this one is the sound, really the effects that they added towards everything in this story, whether it's the explosions, whether it's Junkrat's laugh, whether it's the actual commentator and saying, these two criminals are dangerous and you need to stop them. Meanwhile, they're showing pictures of Roadhog and Junkrat stealing kids like ice cream and candy and soda. It's like, what's going on, bro? Junkrat and Roadhog are just so weird, man. Like, I don't know how to describe these two characters. I guess the origin story does it perfectly when describing them, which is two criminals that are just a bunch of idiots. And that's basically what they are, because you see throughout the whole entire origin story that they're stealing a bunch of stuff from money, from vaults, but also stealing candy and ice cream from little kids. That just goes to show that these aren't professional criminals, because when you think of professional criminals, you think of them either wearing all black, they have a plan, they know what they're doing, they have a bunch of equipment that can steal from a bunch of people. These two guys, nuh-uh, they have a bunch of smiling grenades and are just plain crazy. They don't even wear shirts. They're wearing masks with pig faces on it, and they're stealing money and ice cream from kids. Like, what kind of criminal? I can't get over that. What kind of criminal steals from little kids? And that's the reason why I absolutely love this origin story, because it tells the character of Junkrat and Roadhog, and they're nothing different in game than they are in this origin story. They're crazy, they're stupid, they're money hungry, and they're just plain weird.
Remember, crime doesn't pay, but we do.
Now, coming in as the runner-up for the second best origin story of all of Overwatch has got to be one that I get chills every single time I watch it. And this is going to be Ashe's origin story.
Everybody needs a family. Because it's not fair facing the world alone.
The power that you hear from the voice actor in this origin story is 100% the reason why this origin story is one of the best. It's almost the best, and I almost had it at number one. You'll soon see why I don't have it at number one, but the voice actor for Ashe is one of my favorite voice actors in all of Overwatch. Like, no matter what she says, you can just sense the power and the BA-ness in her voice. You know not to mess with her. You know she can come to your house and F you up, bruh. And she's not even well, like, the voice actor's a real person, but Ashe isn't a real person. So the voice actor, along with the character and the way that she portrays herself, makes it just one of the best character. And when you get to see a story that shows how she got to this point, it makes you appreciate her even more. And that's why I fall in love with this origin story time after time after time, because she is so strong, man. She is so powerful. But aside from her actual voice acting, the story that she tells also tugs at your heart too. I don't know if it's just because of the power that she has in her voice, but just the way how she tells the story about how she went out and made her own actual family, and how her made-up family is much more of a family than her actual biological family, can kind of resonate with a lot of us, I'm sure, because I'm sure some of us don't have the best family life, but the people that you meet along the way in your life and the friendships that you make, that is what makes an actual family. People who care about you and are looking out for you, give you the tools that you need to succeed. It's at those moments that tugs at your heart and makes you fall in love with this origin story.
So, if you want to be part of my family, I do have one little rule. It's my way. Or, well, who am I kidding? It's my way.
And for the #1 origin story in all of Overwatch, it's kind of a cop-out, you'll soon see why, but it's Doomfist's origin story.
Their names will be remembered forever.
So this is kind of unfair because this is the most animated origin story compared to all the other ones, because most of the time origin stories are just still frame images. Like, there are some animations, like when Baptiste looks up with his eyes or when Ash cocks her gun. Yeah, those are little itty bitty animations. Here it's a full-blown like 30 FPS animated short that almost makes it a cinematic, but it's not because it's not true 3D images. So that's one reason why it's at #1, but also why I have mad respect for this, because again, an origin story could be as simple as just drawing a still frame image. Here, someone actually drew every single frame that you see, and I have tons of respect for animators. Like, I could never be an animator because I wouldn't have the patience to draw every single frame that you see in a cartoon. But also just the transitions that you see in this origin story is something that I absolutely love. Like when Doomfist is punching the wall in a cell, it transitions to an actual fight scene with Tracer, Winston, and Genji. And let me tell you, the fight scene, so out of this world, man. The parts where Genji's running at the side of the building and then throwing shurikens at Doomfist, and then he throws a car door back at Genji. Oh my god, that's so BA, bruh. And then the times where Tracer's having issues with her translocator and it's malfunctioning and she's gonna get pounced by Doomfist, and then Winston comes in and saves the day with his primal rage and bounces on Doomfist. That was cool as well. And then you get quick transitions to where Doomfist is back in the cell just punching the wall trying to escape. And then you get another quick transition where he's back in this fighting scene. It's just telling the story of Doomfist while still giving you a full-blown action scene, and that's what I love about this. The animation, the transitions especially, the fighting scenes, like, I absolutely love origin stories because they can be so intense with such little effort, and I feel like that little effort makes them underrated because they want to see full 60 FPS 3D models with action scenes. Those things are hard to make. These tell a story with still frame images, and you really feel it in the voice actor's voice when watching all these. And there's some other amazing ones too, like Hammond's is great, it's very cute. Brigida's one is extremely powerful as well, so I'll just link a video with all of the origin stories updated towards Baptiste. But anyway, guys, let me know what your favorite origin story is, and next week we'll either do the top 5 best maps or the top 5 best cinematics. It will probably be cinematics. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.